Right, moving on. Fourth reason. The growth in accidental landlords. Now, 2008, 2009, we saw the property crash. So, here's a scenario. You bought your house in, what year should we say? 1995 for £100,000. What did the lady buy the house for? Say it. £100,000. And by 2008, the value of your property had gone up to £300,000. So how much profit has the lady made? 200,000. But then 18 months later, your property had dropped in value to £250,000. How much profit has the lady made? 150. No, she's not. Because most people thought that they'd lost 50. That's how people thought back in 2008. I might have bought it for 100. It might have gone up to 300. It dropped down to 250. Remember, bought it for 100. You never sold it at 300 or bought it at 300. It just gone down to 250. But the way the people thought in 08 and 09 was, I've lost 50 grand. I'm not selling my house. I'm going to put it on the market for rent. Can you remember what I talked about when rents between 08 and 09 crashed through the ceiling or the roof, the floor? It's because everybody dropped their gorgeous 3 and 4 bedroom detached houses on the market because I'm not losing 50 grand. No. And all of a sudden we got a second injection of really gorgeous houses coming on the market. Again, who wouldn't want to live in one of those? But this is the killer one. And this is the main reason, and this is why I have this great disdain for the Daily Mail and Daily Express. You see, if you read all the newspapers, they have said first-time buyers need a big deposit to get a decent mortgage rate. We said before that the mortgage rates at the moment are around 2.5%, and they've been there for years. First-time buyers have been able to get a mortgage, 2.5%, 2.6% for the last 5-6 years. If you wanted a mortgage rate of 1.7%, you have to put a 30% deposit down. But 2.5% isn't bad, is it? Is it?
No.
Is it? No, I don't think it is. You see, bad news sells newspapers. And what's been happening is this. When I was in my 20s, everybody jumped on the bandwagon because your mates were buying houses, you bought houses. That's what happened. People are like sheep. And, more importantly, my backside would have been kicked from pillar to post by my parents for not buying. But all the Daily Mails of this world have basically been saying for the last 5 or 6 years, oh, first-time buyers can't get mortgages, bad news sells newspapers. And you, mature generation, have taken the pressure off your kids. So now, you know, if you bought a terraced house and then wanted to move up to a semi-detached house, you could almost double your mortgage to go from a bog standard terraced house to a very nice 3-bedroom. I mean, what's a terraced house? Bog standard 2-bedroom terraced house? Yeah. What? 300. And what's a really gorgeous 3-bedroom semi? 4? But the mortgage uplift would be a hell of a lot more in terms of your mortgage payments compared to your rental payments. So you can upgrade much quicker rental-wise than you can through your mortgage. And who the hell wouldn't want to live in a 3-bedroom semi? The problem is this: if you're living in a 3-bedroom semi and you're told, well, you can buy a house but it'll have to be a terraced house, or a 1-bedroom flat like the one we've shown at 135, no, someone's going to say, well, I don't want to live there because I'm downgrading. And I think what's happened is the world has changed in the fact that people have got different priorities in life when it comes to saving and seeing home ownership as the zenith and the be-all and end-all. I think what's happened is that the youngsters today want their mobile phones, they want their holidays, they want to go out 3 times a week. There's no social pressure from you lot. There's none of their family and friends are actually, but their peers are buying houses. So who the hell wouldn't want to live in a modern 3-bedroom semi with a garage, and if anything goes wrong, ring the agent up? Yeah? Wouldn't you say? And that is why privately rental houses will continue to grow, because until social pressure changes and Britain's cycle, you know, the way we think as Brits will change. Privately rented will continue to grow, and we're turning into Germany. We really, really are, or the Europe. And what's going to happen is this: in Germany, you don't buy a house until your parents die.